All right, good day, folks. Welcome to Reaction Points for Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. Now, let's talk about the environment that we're in. So, the market has been pressing higher since the Sunday session gap low and have not looked back since. If you recall, going back to the Sunday open, we gapped down. We went as low as 67.66. And as of this recording, we're at the end of the cash close on Tuesday. We're all the way at 70.05. So we now back to the ever important 7,000 levels. And this is a market that has been relentless to the upside. So let's talk about some of the dangers and pitfalls here trying to short this market today. What we would typically be looking for, as per usual, is looking for a sweep of that Asia and or Euro high. We did get a sweep here. This is thanks to the what data did we have this morning? The PPI data that we had at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Notice that we did have a divergent signal that came in right here that would have got you short at 69.40 right into the 200-day moving average. Didn't do much of nothing, and then we come into the New York Cash Open. This is typically where I do not like to carry a position anyhow. So if I didn't get a signal here, or if I get a signal here and I enter and I don't get paid, or I'm not really in a risk-free position, like to bail that trade. So that would be roughly a break-even trade there as we head into the New York Cash Open. Then we don't really have any other opportunity for the rest of the day. Why? Because I cut my trading off at 10:30 Central, which is right here. And we're not taking this 3S code sell here because we're not against any levels. And then the market continues to press higher. By the time we're up here, we're in no man's land. There's no levels to be traded because we breached all of them through the strength from the week. Now, if we look over at crude oil, again, let's go back to the S&P because I did want to show you the low-hanging fruit opportunity as I've continued to stress a sweep of the Asia low and then rip higher. So that sweep of the Asia session is like butter, like clockwork every day. We go to the crude oil contract, go to May. We had a take of the euro, euro lows right here. Same thing here. Look at what happened. If you're happen to be up at 2 a.m. in the morning, the euro takes out the Asia low, then it's onwards and upwards. Here we take out the European low 5 minutes into the New York Cash Open. Look at the trend, look at the 5 and 21s. Yes, we could get a reversal there. We do get a divergent signal as well. If you did, you're stopped out, get long at 95.40, stopped out at 94.80, but not a high reward, high opportunity trade there, considering the plot there of lower lows and the 5 and 21s being spread. Now, if we come down here, why not take this one, even though it did work out? We have no levels. We're essentially in no man land. Only time we tap into something of significance is that prior week low right here at 91.05. It looks like we just actually barely missed that. We did get the reaction and trade higher, but one loss or no trade there in crude oil. And then we move over to gold. Let's see what happened in the European session. We took out the highs right here, took the Asia highs for a trade to the downside, a couple more opportunities perhaps. Then we move over into the transition from Euro to New York. We get a opening range sweep of those highs right there. Divergent signal right there may have sucked in short. Overall, remember, you're just trying to track a clean trend line. You do get new shorts right here, but it's not up against any levels. So nonetheless, this was a trickier trading day due to the risk on nature of all of the markets. Not the cleanest, not the best. And that's going to happen sometimes when you have markets that are going straight up vertical or straight down vertical. When we're in this situation, especially if you don't have any main key levels to trade against, stay away. That's showing you the strength of the trend. Alternatively, we can use and apply advanced concepts called sweeps, and sweeps meaning that we are employing tracking higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, looking for order blocks to be taken out with a clean sweep and a flip back to retest. These are trades that we talk about and trade in our advanced mastermind sessions. Other than that, guys, very tricky day there. One loss or a couple losses there on the day, or really no low hanging fruit. And if you wonder what's next, we have to kind of crunch the charts together. You see, we've got a lot of action down here to possibly come revisit prior week high, and then further down below, we go to the S&P. We go back to the S&P. We're essentially, we're getting close to knocking back to all-time highs. So we don't have anything to the upside. In fact, everything is going to be to the downside. So this is where our key Titan levels, our institutional supply and demand levels, will come into play as to trade against. Other than that, we don't have any other areas of time reference, so to speak, to trade against until we start to see a little bit more of a rebalance. So if there's any way we can help you out, make sure that you get in touch with us, support at T2 Markets. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, a like if you want more content, and good luck, good trading. We'll see you on the next update.